Hey guys, welcome to North Country Off Grid. I'm Chad. Today the family is out here tearing down the corral because we're putting in a pig pen. It rained all last night, it rained all day yesterday, so the ground should be good and soft, nice and wet to be able to post holes, some holes into the ground. So we're gonna make a bunch of holes, put in some railroad ties. We're gonna have to hand dig some railroad tie sized holes. We're gonna get the pig pen put up. Our pig is due very soon. She's got maybe around 2 weeks, very soon. So we're kind of pushed to get this pen in. We've got to get a little, area for her to sleep in, a little covered area for her to have her piglets, make it nice and safe, kind of design it to where the piglets can move around and not get squished by mom also. So we've got a lot to do today. The family's helping out. We've got everyone tearing stuff down. So we are getting to work on this to make a new permanent home for our piglets. Donkey. In a minute, we're going to need you to hold these because this whole thing will just fall over. So can you just hang on to them? Huh? Over here, Keith. These are going to start to want to fall, so just hang on to them, okay? What? We're going there. That flag.
Can I help put the dirt in there?
No, we're gonna cement these.
Oh, close the hand.
On the ground. you can pull that string to you.
Charlie.
All right, guys, the railroad ties are in. We've got 24 feet or 24 feet wide by 40 foot long. So what we're going to wind up doing is, I'll take you guys with, we got all these dug down. We dug them all about 3 foot, and when I say we, I mean Shelby dug one, I dug the rest. But we dug them down about 3 feet. We don't have any quickcrete, so that's going to come probably tomorrow if we decide to run into town. But basically we're going to have this divided into 2 sections. This will be the second section over here. It's going to be just a hair smaller. This is a 16 foot by 24 foot run. So 16 by 24, and the idea for right now is going to be to get Ruby over here and let her be by herself to have her piglets. The other pig, Merlot, is going to be on this side. So that'll allow us to take down their pen completely and utilize all the fencing. So that's good. And we're going to keep them separate until Merlot's ready to have her piglets as well. And then we'll try to sort of swap them. But basically just kind of allowing the moms to do what they need to do with their piglets. And depending on how they are together, if they're totally fine together, if Ruby doesn't get stressed out because Merlot is around her piglets, then we'll just open up this gate. We're going to have a gate here where we can combine the two. That's the short-term idea. The long-term idea is to duplicate this section over here in this whole area. So what we're going to do is have a run where we can back the trailer up. We can back the trailer up right here, and so this section will be here, and then this section will be here. We'll be able to back a trailer up here where the trailer fits right in, and this will be for unloading and loading pigs. So we'll have a nice chute, an alleyway right down here. And then what I'll wind up doing more permanent is going to be having an area over here for our boar, and then having that cut into a second section as well, where we'll be able to put either our sows over here, or just allow OP to have this whole section. And then over here we'll open up this whole section for whatever pigs we have. And then beyond it into the trees, we're going to run a double pasture system where they'll be able to come down the chute, and we'll have a split gate that either takes them to the right or to the left. And what we'll do is use a rotational grazing system. We'll allow them to go out, and they can go in there, root around, do their thing, and before they do too much damage or pull up 2 roots, because you don't want them to clean out the area. You want them to eat the stuff on top. You want them to eat some of it, but allow it to grow back. So we'll rotate them. We'll put them over here, depending on how much damage they do. We'll watch it, and then we'll move them over to here for the same amount of time and allow this section to grow. So that's the long term. That's the long-term goal of it. Right now, just getting Ruby into here and getting her dealing with her piglets over here. That's the short-term goal. That's what we're going to do. So we got a pretty good start on it. I got more done today than I realized or thought that I would. I had to call Shelbs over to dig a hole for me because my hands got too raw and I just couldn't dig any more holes. Again, these things are 3 foot deep And there's what, 6 of them in. I'll have to put on some gloves tomorrow probably. I'm being a big old baby about it. But that's a pretty good go. I've got 3 more railroad ties to deal with. I got to get some intermittent smaller posts to go in between these. I mostly wanted the railroad ties for corner pieces just to make them really strong. We're going to cement all of it in because we want it all to be permanent. We want no more pigs breaking out. I've learned from past experience that it's most important to cement in the section of the parts of the fence where your pigs come and greet you. So if you come to a certain section and that's where you dump grain in or however you feed them, but if you come there and that's where they greet you, I've noticed that that's where they push the most. So if you're doing a big pasture like this or a big pen, anything like this, and you just don't want to buy that much concrete, you don't have to. I would recommend just doing around the feeding area where they push on each other, and then wherever you greet them. Those are the only things that you really need to concrete in. That's all we did on the last one, and they never got out. It worked out great. My other suggestion is people will tell you, if you guys are just getting into pigs, experienced people will tell you, ooh, pigs stink. My experience has taught me that pigs don't stink, but I've noticed that the people who say that keep their pigs in a very small enclosure, an area that forces them to essentially play in their own poop. Now, if you don't know, pigs are actually a pretty cleanly animal. They will designate a corner, and that will be the bathroom, and they will all walk over and go to the bathroom. For the most part, that's what they'll do. I've brought them fresh water before, watched them jump into the fresh water, stand up and pee right in it. But for the most part, they'll go over in a corner. That'll be their designated bathroom. They'll all do it, and that's the only little area that you really need to maintain as far as cleaning. Now, if you have them all on top of each other, basically they sort of create this poo blanket. They'll start in a corner, and as it extends out, they continue to extend out. Now, if you only have them in a little section, they basically will start to exist on top of their poop, you know, in their bathroom area. So if you're gonna get pigs, give them a big enough area to exist in. Don't cram them into a small section and then complain about how they stink. It's kind of silly. Our pig, Ruby, when you scratch her, she smells like maple syrup. But we've always given our pigs a big enough area to exist in. You know, you want to watch that they're digging it up too much. All the rooting around will actually destroy everything in that area. So if you can rotate them, if you can move them off a section and allow a section to regrow, that's best for it. But if you're going to get pigs, give them a big enough area that they can exist and not have to exist in their bathroom. And that's just dependent on how many pigs you have and what kind of pigs you have and what they like to do. You know, start with a small area, and if you need to extend it out, and build it so you can extend it. You know, have a fence that you can take off, move out, and extend out more fence. So think about that if you're just starting out. All right, guys, that's it for today. We are going to take the evening and go out mushroom hunting. The ground is very moist right now. It's rained for the last 3-4 days. And it's very warm this morning. So we're gonna go out and look. We went out yesterday just to kind of check an area that has a lot of mushrooms growing, just not the ones we want. And last night we actually got out and found a pretty good sized fake morel, which was cool. I got all excited and then realized it wasn't a morel, but that's all right. They're popping up, and that's part of the fun. We like hunting. The kids are much better at it than I am. They see everything. I'm walking over stuff like, Dad, look at these ones. I think being tall hinders you while mushroom hunting because my eyes are good. I just don't see all the way down there, I guess. But that's it, guys. That is it for today. That's it on the pen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate the majority of our viewers, like 99% of them. You guys are great. A lot of positive feedback, and we like that. So guys, if you would, please hit the thumbs up on our videos. It really helps to grow our channel. Share a video. If you know someone who might like something about what we're doing, maybe someone who's thinking about living off grid, maybe someone who's thinking about starting to homestead, maybe you want to get chickens, maybe you're building a pig pen. Send them over. Let them know. Tell them all about North Country Off-Grid. All right, guys. That's it. No more. That's it. Done. Gone. Bye.